Hi there, Rhonda Winstead here. And I think instead of saying every time, hi there, Rhonda Winstead here, I'm going to say Rhonda without an H here because my name does not have an H in it. Okay, so today I wanted to do a little update on my journaling, my own personal journaling. And I want to tell you about my process as I'm going through this. You know, I don't know how you guys are, but I have really struggled with trying to find the perfect way of journaling that's just going to all of a sudden, the heavens are going to part and I'm going to hear, oh, and it's just going to flow beautifully and I'm going to write in it every day and do it perfectly and it's going to look amazing and yada yada, okay? Well, heavens haven't parted yet and I'm still working on it, but I want to tell you about my process. Okay, quite some time ago from YouTube videos, I discovered the Midori. This has been a while. I had no idea what a Midori was until I went on to YouTube and I watched several videos, and so I can't give credit to any one person because I honestly don't know where I got that from. But I came up with my own version and I made myself my own travel journal. And this worked okay for a while. And I put the signatures in it. I had 5 books, I believe, and then did a pocket in there and front and back pockets. And I did it for a little while, but I found that, golly, I thought, I don't have that much to say. And so I felt guilty. You know, there's all this space and, you know, these empty things. Like here were some of my things that I had put in. I mean, I had pretty pictures and all these to-do lists and stuff, but I couldn't seem to do anything with it. And then I came across another, so I just kind of put this one away. Then I came across what they called a paper dory, which was a take on the Midori in a smaller version. And I was just like, oh, that's it. And so I made myself my version of a travel journal. And instead of just making one, I was having such a good time, I made like approximately 25. I mean, you know, if you're going to make one, Needless to say, I was out of my mind, but I loved it. So, let me show you just a little bit about this one. And I made a pocket and I have come and gone with different little booklets to put in it. I didn't start out with a YouTube because I wasn't at this time actually even doing YouTube videos. I was watching a lot of videos but not producing anything. But I'm in online swap, so I had something there, and I make handmade soap. So I have something there, and then of course I came across somebody that did this adorable pocket, and so I had to do that. And then I had a section for journaling, and I've been somewhat faithful. This is actually my second book on journaling. I just did kind of one-liner type things, just little hit and miss. And then I covered also one of these planners, you know, that you can pick up for pretty inexpensive. I made a back pocket and I made a slot so I could have pins. And I did a bunch of these, and I gave these away as gifts, and I kept this one for myself. And I still use this occasionally. Okay, fast forward to January 2017. And I discovered Gina Ahrens' group, My Year 2017. And I joined that group and have been just having so much fun in that. And they've got, there are 4 main artists that take a week each month, and they have prompts, and they have a theme for each month, and then they do videos and instructions and just give lots of helps and fun ideas of what we can do to kind of stretch ourselves. And then there's also a photo art challenge every month by a gentleman, and so just been having a good time with that. And so this is what I did. I think it was Jerry Bellini that started out. She was using like a notebook style, only hers was cooler because it was from a like a thrift store or something that she found this cool binder. So I started, and I got through my January and February, and I did some fun artsy things, and I did some of the art challenges. Ooh, that's cool. And this is what I was using for my calendars, and this was on watercolor paper, and just having a good time. So I only was able to get through March in this particular binder. So then I went ahead and I made another one and started for April. So I changed my format just a little bit, and I was still doing the big calendar and doing some of the challenges and whatnot, and thought I was good to go for May. And I got stuck. I just got stuck. See all this white? And see all this new and this white? This white, it was like, it was too new. And it made me sad. And so I put that away. And I did some thinking, like, what do I want to do? This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. So, do not laugh, please. Well, go ahead, laugh. I did. I pulled out my first Midori-like journal. And I thought, okay, maybe I can revamp this and make this work. When I was doing this, the smaller one, I wasn't really doing any art and doing fun challenges because I hadn't joined the My Year 2017 group yet. So anyway, I thought, well, maybe this will work again. So I'm going to show you where I am currently. And I think that I will at least finish out the year with this system. We'll see. Okay. So what I did was to revamp a little bit. I had a different type of envelope here, but I wanted to put something that was, I love vintage, I love old, I love grungy, but I also love beautiful things too. So I did my envelope here. I keep my inspiration pictures that I haven't gotten to yet in case I want to do those. I keep them in here, and of course I could put other little things in there as well. And I did a an overall, this is like my overall theme for the entire year. I loved this. We were encouraged in the beginning to get a theme for the year. And I just love it. Always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. I like that. I am a positive person, and that just fits. So I just decorated it, and we'll flip to the back and use some of my vintage papers. Love, love, love. And here's a pocket. And I actually, for this, I cut down a notebook that is a moleskin. And so it's got a really nice, heavy texture to it. And then I made this adorable little flower. Kind of looks like a sunflower, but not. Made out of, these are mini baking cups, cupcake cups. So, okay. So here's May. Think spring, tip it in. That's the theme for May. And when I think of May, I think of spring. I think of the birds. They're coming back. I think of sunshine, grass. These are little fabric birds that I cut out and glued on. I have a piece of fabric that has these adorable little birdies on. And fabric is a big part of my life too, because I am a quilter turned textile artist turned slash paper, whatever. I don't know what I am. Okay, so as you can see, I've gone much smaller on my calendar. And I like this, at least for now. I like this. And so I've done a little bit of journaling here. I obviously think of flowers, and some of the challenges are already, in that genre. These are flowers that I made. This is a background that I glued on these vintage papers, and then a little bit of paint and added some goodies here. And little paper clip that I embellished. A little bit more journaling. And I thought, what a fun thing that I'm going to incorporate for myself this year is add a little bit of my own town, where I live. I live in Pullman, Washington. And this is one of the buildings, a picture of one of the buildings downtown. And so I wrote just a little bit about Pullman, where we live. And it's normal to see beautiful daffodils in the early spring all over the place, all over town, really. Here was another challenge, and this is what I came up with. Just kind of fun. I enjoyed doing that. And then I did some journaling all around this. More spring flowers. Love the colors pink and blue in the springtime. So go ahead and put that back together. Okay, here's a piece of wax paper over this picture. This is called Springtime on the Palouse. Let me bring that in just a little bit so you can, whoops, wrong way. The Palouse is absolutely beautiful. Where I live, there are rolling green hills in the spring as the farmers are planting. It's just amazing, and this is a picture. This is actually a photograph. There are some famous photographers that sell their artwork. But if you were to go on YouTube and type in, or Pinterest even, or on the internet, the Palouse, you would find all these amazing pictures. And I live in this area right now. So then Maribel Abrams, who's an amazing artist herself, who's also in this group that I've gotten to know and adore, she did a video recently and reminded me, I had watched this video that she showed, And I'll put the link to her video and the link to Gina Ahrens' group as well. And you can just kind of go from there and look all you want at all the fun things. Of encouraging us to do flowers, to press flowers for adding to our journals, but this gal does them in the microwave. And I actually tried it because of Maribel's video, and it works. And it's so fun, and you do it rather quickly, and it just was like, so these are on my back patio, my deck. I don't really have a yard per se. We live in a townhouse apartment, but I do have like a little hill that has a few things, and these are little violas that come up random every year. So I put that in there. And then some more of my handcrafted flowers, and then I added, this is actually a, oh, what's that flower? I have a terrible time remembering what it is. I can't remember. If I think about it, I'll come back to it. But it has a deep meaning because it's actually a plant that a son gave to me at Christmas time. He surprised me showing up at Christmas, and he brought this plant. It's an orchid. Thank you. And these are some of the blooms from that. It's still blooming. It's amazing. Okay. So then on to my last little bit for this month so far. And this is also an embellishment. Maribel Ahrens, she did this as well with the long bobby pins. And I thought this was perfect for this. So, someone brought this to me yesterday on Mother's Day. I wasn't able to go to church. My husband has been ill, so I stayed home with him, and they brought me, they were giving out to all of the ladies chocolate. So that was kind of fun. And I made a pocket out of the back side, and if you can, I want to get in here to see if you can see. So with a stylus, I just made some flowers, and I put Happy Mother's Day. And this gold, this is from the candy bar that I added, glued on to the back of the wrapper. And I think springtime means white fluffy clouds, sunshine, green grass sprouting, blue skies, daffodils, birds singing, red and yellow tulips, the Palouse coming alive, renewed hope and love. I love spring. It's my second favorite season of the year. My favorite is fall. Now see, this came off. I'm going to have to glue that down. Washi tape, as you already know, some will stick, but most times you do have to add some glue, and I will do that. And here is a journaling that I did about Mother's Day yesterday that I added to my book. So I'm pretty happy about what I've got so far. I'm able to do some fun journaling, but I'm also able to do some artwork. Let me take that back out. And as you can see, part of my problem with the other way is all these white stark pages. And I needed something a little more fun, a little more vintage. And so I came up with, well, come on. So if we take this booklet out, I've got all this luscious deliciousness to be able to play with. And then what I did, and this is the main cover, like I said. So what I'll do is I will, when this is full, I will remove this and put it in another spot. And then I will add another signature and use this same cover. Now, these other signatures, I just wanted to show you this too. I didn't stitch. They're not stitched in. They are just laid in and folded, and then I am putting it in here. I've got 2 more signatures. I don't know how long these will last me. But the reason I didn't stitch them down yet, like I did this one, is I decided I want to be able to use my sewing machine, if I want to do some embellishing in some of my artwork, because I love my sewing. I love. You know, once a quilter, whatever. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you. And I want to wish you all, I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Thank you. We'll see you later. And I want to say hi to my son Andrew. Love you, honey. Bye now.